Hi everyone. I did much better this week with world building. I finished all the creature profiles, and I kind of just wanted to today share a few facts about each of the creatures, just to an idea of the world I'm building with Annie. Here's in my story. Share some characteristics of like the elves and the dwarves and all those in other fantasies. But I also tried to put my own little twist onto all of them. And there are things about each of the creatures that I can't reveal right now because it kind of would take some surprise away from the story. First of all, we have fairies. One thing you want to know about the fairies of Animart: you never want to piss off a fairy in Animart, because they'll never forgive you, ever. It's a very rare thing if they ever forgive you. To enter the fairies' territory, you will shrink down to their size because they don't like how small they are. So when you enter their territory, they make sure that you're on the same level as them. The pixies love to prank. It's kind of their thing. They are always pranking. They'll prank anyone. Pranks are also part of their weddings. If it's your wedding day, you'll be pranked. Birthday, you're going to be pranked. Or you might pull a prank on someone. It's just a thing that they do. One of the main characters is a pixie. He's one of Annie's friends. Pixies have many powers, and they like to create little potions and new spells and sell them to humans and dwarves who are both unnaturally magical. They need the aids of objects or potions to make themselves more magical. So the pixies are their number one supplier of those things. Merpeople, mermaids, mermen, live in the sea, and they have a higher intellectual capacity than most people, and sometimes they sound like they're talking complete nonsense. Sometimes they can have insight into the future, which is kind of cool. They communicate with each other through telepathy. With other creatures, they have to hold their hand. And something cool about the mermaids is they have pet sharks to guard their homes or themselves, or to help them hunt. Goblins, they like to steal because they're jerks. The king of the goblins is him and his family are the most renowned thieves of all the goblins, and that is how they're a king. Technically, the kingship be stolen by any other goblin. They have to steal all of the king's family's treasures before they could have a claim to the throne. So it's kind of harder than you think it is. The dwarves hate the goblins. They live in close proximity. They all live in the mountains. And the dwarves, of course, hate the goblins because the goblins are always stealing from them. There are 3 dwarf cities, each ruled by their own king, and the kings don't really get along. One of them is technically ruled by the princess because the king is very old. But the monarchies don't get along. The only thing they get along about or agree upon is the goblins, and that they all hate them. Elves. No one knows where the elves live. There's 2 communities of them. The one has completely disappeared for a number of years. They haven't been heard from since. The other still communicates with the rest of the world, but they can't be found very easily. Both sets of elves believe the other to be evil. Elves have a close affinity with animals, and they have granted some animals the ability to speak and think like humans, but not all animals in Animart can talk. But there are a few important talking animal characters in the story. Only the last creatures of Animart, besides humans. Humans do live in Animart, but humans are pretty much the same as us. Humans, the only thing is there could be wizards, but they have to get magic from the pixies, so they're kind of boring, so whatever. So the last creatures are gnomes, and they're literally in my head, they're like those garden gnomes. That's what they look like. They live simple rural lives. Gnomes are very gullible and often taken advantage of. They're pranked very easily by the pixies, and sometimes they don't even realize they're being pranked. The poor guys. So it's kind of an introduction to Animart. Here I might do a little, what I kind of did for Essence is I drew a few important settings of the world, and I'm probably going to do that for Animart because it just helps me visualize it better. So I'm going to go do that. Hi everyone. Over the weekend I've been working hard on world building, and I finished the creatures the other day, and so the rest of the weekend I spent sketching important settings in my world, which is something I like to do. I haven't drawn all of the places yet. I'm going to wait till I get to that part in the story. For now, I'll show you these ones. So this is the map of Animart that I drew. I really like this map. I like it better than the map I drew for Essence. It's very colorful. This is called The Grove, and it's Annie's first. Fucking Brady. Okay. So this is The Grove. This is Annie's first glimpse at Animart. Okay, so this is where the fairies live. I really like it. That's all I'm just gonna say. I don't want to like give away too much in case, but this is someone's house, someone important to the story. It's a little cottage on a hill. And this is kind of the interior of that cottage. And that is, oh no, that's not all. And then this is the capital city called Helu of Animart. It's not the best. It's very, Helu is kind of very European, like Italian, because I really like the architecture in Italy. Been there a few times, and that's kind of what it's based off of. So this doesn't really do that much justice, but I still wanted to kind of get the view of like from the hill. There's the city and the ocean and the mansions for the rich are along the coast. The dome there, it's based off of the dome in Florence. That's all I've got for you for today and this video. I'm pretty much done world building. I'll have more sketches to do, and there's kind of an ongoing process. If I think of something, I'll obviously jot something down when it comes to like the worlds and stuff. But for the next video, I'm going to move on to character sketches, which are always fun as well. So thanks for watching, and until next time.